Yeah, it certainly does. Winter hardy orchids. If you've ever tried to grow orchids as a house plant, it can be very difficult. A lot of issues with it. These will actually grow outside, even in Indiana, and some parts of Michigan, the lower part of Michigan. And they're $34.75, 2 pieces, 2 big orchid plants here for just $34.75, 2 easy payments of $17.38. And the item number is M53086. These are perennials.
It's crazy. This is probably the most exciting. I'm so excited about this plant. Orchids are normally known as a house plant that are so hard to grow, you got to be a master gardener to grow them. How about not any longer? How about orchids you can plant in your yard that can take the hard winters, that are so easy to grow, they come back every year and they spread like crazy.
And you told me within a couple of years, this collection can turn into hundreds and hundreds of flowers.
They will, and we'll show you in the garden what yours is going to look like once you plant them. Because they're potted plants when you get them, and they spread like wildfire. So this is how they come to you, right here. Yeah, looks like they've been growing a while. They have been growing for over a year.
Wow, ready to go. You told me of all the plants you brought here this year, you're the most excited about this one.
Well, you have these orchids in your garden for up to 10 weeks of flowers, May through June, depending on where you live. They look like miniature cattleyas. Look at this purple color. They're so gorgeous, and you get a lot, Dan.
Yeah.
Each plant the first year can get 5 to 7 spikes. Each spike has about a dozen flowers. So, I mean, I do on the math, that's about 60 flowers the first year. There's the white.
Oh, that white is
and it's
pretty.
got the yellow lip to it.
Hard to
very
find that
rare.
pure white.
It is very rare.
By the way, this is brand new today. We've got several brand new items in this show. We've got the returning favorites, some we haven't seen since last year. Yeah. But these are great to have winter hardy orchids. And you said you've grown these in Indiana.
Yeah, I do. Look how they spread. That's what you get, a couple sets. This can be your orchids in your yard. It takes temperatures down to -20 degrees. They come back year after year. The foliage is even gorgeous too.
A lot of greenery.
You want to see how to pot it?
Let's do it.
I got one right over here.
Right.
Because you think orchids are tough. You got to get the bark and all that. No, regular potting mix here. You can put this outside. Give it some part sun. Look at the roots. Lots of roots here.
Partial shade is okay.
Yes, they're actually grown in Japan.
Yeah, you
way up
in the mountains.
In the mountains, in the forested mountain areas, and they really get some hard winters up there. So you push that in, water it in. You can use your Hawaiian flower magic because it's already rooted. It's already been grown for over a year. So you start fertilizing it right away. You'll get flowers the first year and every year thereafter.
And they can survive outside, even in places like Indiana, southern Michigan, up that high.
Unheard of.
So what other areas of the country will this grow in?
Well, anywhere -20 degrees and south. So you can go all the way down to the deep south. If you're in the deep south, put it in more shade. Don't give it the hot afternoon sun. And kind of just the opposite if you're up north. Give it the afternoon sun because they'll love that.
So you're getting 2 plants here. One is purple and the other is that pure white.
Alba, yes.
You will get with every Roberta's plant, you get this guide which helps you really know where to plant it, when. Everything you need to know is in this little pamphlet. But you specialize in things like this. Tough to find. You're not going to find it in most of your garden nurseries around the country, but they're easy to grow.
If you ever find it, Dan, you probably, 90% of the time is going to be a corm or a bulb, rhizome type, bare root. It's going to take you a few years to get this plant.
Yeah.
We did the work for you guys. We're one of the only few people in the country I know that sell potted Blatilla orchids. That's what they call them, Blatilla orchids. Winter hardy orchids. Grow these in your garden. They're so easy.
And I like what you said about the greenery. It really stands out.
It's almost
Look
like
at this in the garden. Really makes the color stand out. Over 300 sets have been ordered, and some people are ordering more than one set. The thing you need to know is that year after year, you get more and more blooms.
You do. They spread like crazy. And if you love orchids and you've always been afraid of growing them, fear no more.
And I know Eric, and for him to say, of all the plants they've brought us this year, he's most excited about this one. There has to be a lot of reasons, and I know first and foremost the fact that they're winter hardy orchids. Those 3 words usually don't go together.
They don't. It's like oxymoron. What are you talking about? And they're easy. Easy orchids don't go together. I would have bought more if I had them. I bought all we could get, and it's not a lot. They come, again, from Japan. They're very hard to get in the United States.
From the mountainous regions of Japan, that's what Robertas do. They really scour the world for beautiful plants that are easy to grow. They're hard to find, easy to grow. And look at these plants. I love the fact that you're sending us a plant that's already been growing for how long?
Over a year.
Over a year.
But, depending on where you live, it could be a year and a half where you get them.
Wow. My producer said we just got busy on the phones. Over 500 ordered now. For your best ordering experience, go to QVC.com, or you can use your mobile apps, or use automated ordering, which is 1-800-345-1212. Roberta's. We've got the Wallene family here. You've been on QVC for 19 years.
This is our 19th year.
For a brand to last that long, you have to produce quality.
Yes.
That's what they
And we've
bring
never
you.
brought you a potted winter hardy orchid before. That's why I'm so excited about it. Let's go back to the images. I want to see in the garden again how they spread. There you go. That's a couple plants probably the first season.
About how wide will they get and how tall?
They're only going to grow about 1.5 to 2 foot tall at the most. But wide? Oh, they can grow feet. They can really spread out.
Hey, the calendar may say February. We've got spring fever going on all day with our pre-spring gardening event. Close to 1,000 of these now ordered. And as Eric said, we weren't able to bring a lot of these in, so don't miss out. $34.75, 2 easy payments, free shipping and handling, M53086. All right, Eric, that's brand new today. We'll see Eric a little later on in the show. Hey, we've got special pre-season pricing on this one, and that price goes